Hello guys, welcome back to this series on C programming. In this video we will be learning about command in C programming, how, when to use this command, why to use this command, and why those commands are very important. So let's start with the first example. Let's open a new file in dev C++. The first thing that we have to do, we have to register it. Let's change the name and the extension, for example command1. So let's write the structure, the basic structure of our C programming. Int main, the start of the program. This is our program. So the first thing, we will create two variables and we will ask the user to get the value of those variables. For example, here we have int number 1 and int number 2. Now printf please enter the value of number 1. Scanf %d, and we have address number 1. We will copy this code for the number 2. Printf, enter the value of number 2 and address number 2. After giving the number, we have to write printf to read the value of number 1 is %d number 1. We copy this line. Printf, the value of number 2 is number 2. Let's execute this code to see if we have problem or not. Okay, please enter the first number, for example 20, the second number 30. The value of the first number is 20. The value of the second number is 30. We just need here to add /n to get new line when we execute. Now, here I will add something that we call comment. The comment, it starts with double slash. For example, this program is to enter values from user, for example. Let me execute here. Please enter number 1, 20, 30. The value of number 1 is 20. The value of number 2 is 30. As you can see here, nothing changed. I just add this comment, not for the program, but for me. So the comment is something that you will add it to take note. Like for example, in class, for example, you have listen, and if the teacher says something interesting, you take note and you write it in your book or in your notebook. It's the same thing. Comment is to write note for us to not forget it. For example, here I will write here a comment. For example, printf. I can forget what is printf and scanf. I can write a comment here to remember when I will forget what is printf and scanf. For example, I will write printf is used to get output on the screen. Here I will write another comment. Scanf is used to take values from user. So I can write the number that I want of comment. There is no limit of comment, okay? You have just to add double slash. You will add a comment. For example, here, let me show you again. I will execute and nothing changed because the computer will not read that. The computer, the compiler C or the program C will not read this line. So it will come here, it will find it's a comment, it will say it's not for me, this is for the user, it will pass to this line. It will come here, it will write this line, okay, it will come here, it's a comment, it will jump to this line, okay. So it's something just for user, just to remember something, okay. Now, also, we can use a command just to delete, for example, a part of code. For example, here I wrote int number 1, int number 2, printf, please enter the value of number 1. I took the number 1, and after I repeat again, printf at the number 2, and I show, okay? Now, for example, I don't want to show the value of number 1 and number 2. What I have to do, I will put the code as comment. Now, the compiler will come, will execute this one, will execute this line, scanf the first number, printf and scanf the second number, but it will jump those code. Let's try it. For example, here 20, 30. We don't have the value of number 1 and number 2 on the screen. Why? Because we took those lines as comment. Now, there is another thing in comment. We can, for example, I want this line comment and I want both of line comment. For example, I want those line as comment. There is multiple line comment. Multiple line comment, it will start slash asterisk and it will finish asterisk slash. That means I don't have to put double slash behind each line, but I will just add slash asterisk when it starts. And when the comment will finish, I will close by asterisk slash. Okay, now when I will execute, it will be please enter the value of number 1. Just that, because I just have this code. All the other codes, they are in comment. For example, I want the comment from this line, like that, and it's finished here. Let's execute. Here must be a comment also. Enter the value 20. That's it. We enter the value here, scanf the value, and the program finished because the rest of the code was taken as comment. This comment, you have to keep in your mind that this comment is very important for programming when you will start to big program or project. For example, a project, you will do a project, for example, in 3 months. And the project, there is 1,000 of line of code. So maybe you will forget, not maybe, sure you will forget, for example, what I mean by this variable. Why did I use this variable here? So if I will write comment here, for example, this variable is for number of person in a company, for example. So I use this number 1 for number of person in the company. After, when I will come after 2 months or 3 months, when I read this comment, I will understand what is this number 1 and what is this number 2. Thank you so much. I hope you understand the comment lesson. Thank you for listening and see you in the next video.